Putting a match together with Rob and Steve, RVD and Steve Austin, for a pay-per-view world title match. Was that complicated? Or was High Rob and Drunk Stone Cold and Level-Headed Kurt, was that a fun way to put a match together?
You know what? It was a bit of a challenge because, Steve had this old school kind of wrestling style. He was a heavyweight wrestler. Rob Van Dam had this high flying flexibility style wrestling.
Yeah.
It was different. And we really had to bring all three of us together and make sure it meshed really well. But Rob Van Dam, he was really crucial in helping to put match together. He came up with a lot of great ideas, and after he got high, of course. And, he was really good at this stuff, man. He got really creative. Once he smoked, man, this guy, it was endless. He could do whatever he wanted to do. It's like he could accomplish the world when he's high.
Well, now that you put him over so much as just the star, the high star of the world, and we got Stone Cold, who do you think they said was the star of this match I'm about to read?
Oh, I'd say RVD.
All right, I'm going to read the results. No Mercy 2001 from St. Louis. Steve Austin retained the WWF title in a three-way over Kurt Angle and Rob Van Dam by pinning Van Dam in 15 minutes and 15 seconds. Kurt Angle, who was supposed to be the odd man out, ended up being the star of the match. He ended up throwing 4 suplexes in a row, 2 on each guy. They did a few spots where they'd throw Angle out of the ring and tease Austin versus Van Dam. Lots of spots where they do their finishers, and the third guy would break it up. Austin tried a pile driver on the table on Kurt, who flipped out of it, and Austin landed hard on the table, which didn't break, by the way. Vince came out. Van Dam did a spin kick on Austin. Angle did a belly-to-belly superplex on Van Dam. Austin did a stunner to Angle. I mean, this is just move after move. Angle then hit 5 German suplexes and an Olympic slam on Austin. You're beating the shit out of him. Shane makes the save, knocking Angle out of the ring. Vince attacks Shane, and they rolled all over the announcer's table. This sounds like a classic Attitude Era three-way with the McMahons involved.
Definitely.
Finish was actually flat after an awesome match because the attention was with the McMahons at the finish and not on the finish itself. After the pay-per-view ended, McMahon got in the ring and raised Kurt Angle's hand to a huge pop and then went to raise Van Dam's hand, but Van Dam blew him off. So talk about this match, though. Are you happy with it, Kurt?
Oh, I was extremely happy with it. I was a little upset that the finish was really semi-okay. It had a lot to do with the McMahons being out there, and the attention was drawn toward them, and the finish kind of happened, under the rug. It was one of those things where that became second to the McMahons, and we probably should have had the McMahons get out of there before we had the finish. We probably should have had them come down, do whatever they had to do, and then leave, and then we would end up doing the finish, but it didn't happen that way.